It's time to go inside the boardroom.
It probably is timeless. You know why? I respect anybody that was on the Warriors beat during those years.
And take a seat at the conference table.
Guru's great, too.
Welcome to The Executive Show.
Nothing easy!
On 95.7 The Game. Brought to you by Afici, San Francisco's newest culinary adventure. Located at 680 Folsom Street in San Francisco. Go to Afici.com to book your reservation today.
All right, really happy to have Bob Myers, president of basketball operations for the Warriors and general manager, with us. And here's the reason, and we're not really going to talk a lot of Warriors today. But, look, the San Francisco Giants lost out on Aaron Judge today or yesterday. If Aaron Judge signs with the San Francisco Giants, it's obviously the biggest free agent signing since Durant came to the Warriors. And then you start measuring the greatest free agent acquisitions of all time. You throw Barry Bonds in there. You see how big of a deal it is. And so, Bob, there's so much of this process that I think we all don't understand kind of how it all comes down. Obviously, you weren't in the room with the Giants, but you've been a part of something very similar to this. And I guess the first question I'll ask you is, and I know that the news was different, but like, when did you know you had Kevin Durant, and what was the hours or days like before you knew he was coming?
How much time do we have here? What do we got?
About 30.
I can take 20 minutes to answer this, but I won't. So I'll let you answer most questions. So I can tell you where I was standing when I heard when Durant was coming. I was in Lake Tahoe at my wife's parents' house, and I can walk you to the spot. So I'll never forget that.
Wow. Who made the call?
Rich Kleiman said, "Be ready. Kevin's going to call you." And I didn't for those 3 days. July 4th, you might remember where you guys were.
Oh yeah, everybody does. Who's a Warrior fan?
Everybody does, right? Right. So I had my phone in my hand for 4 days. July 1st, because every time Rich would call with Kevin, I'm not going to miss that call.
Right.
And I'm only speaking from my perspective on this thing. And there's a different story about Iguodala. I can tell you about that free agency. I can tell you about Durant, but since Durant's the big story. So everything, my job was you're kind of orchestrating what might resonate with this. What are the fears? It's not what is, you don't want to tell them what's good about you, because I think they know. It's more about assuaging. What are you worried about? That's how I looked at it. Like, what are you concerned about? Is it where you're going to live? Is it playing with Steph? Is it Kerr? Is it me? Is it Chuck? So as the things I learned going through it, players don't go somewhere for a GM. I'm humble and wise enough to know that no player's coming anywhere for me, or any GM, in my opinion. Now, they might look at your track record and say, this guy looks like he knows what he's doing, or he's had success, or not. They might do that, and I probably do to some degree. I think, from my vantage point, having been through it, players, at least in the NBA, I think the biggest thing is, who am I playing with? I think that's the thing I've learned in the NBA. And if you're talking about Kevin, I get to play with Steph, Draymond, Clay, Andre. When we went to the Hamptons to meet with Kevin, the most important part wasn't, we had a presentation, and I'm telling you guys the truth. Literally, the presentation, we stopped it 10 minutes in. Because if you know Kevin at all, Kevin was kind of looking around going, I don't need to see this stuff. But that's reading the room.
Was it corny?
Yeah, they're never not corny, Matt. They're always corny. They can't be cool. I mean,
give me an example of something in the first 10 minutes to sell it.
We were showing kind of like the Bay Area, the highlights of living there, kind of like you're selling somebody, but I don't think it can be cool. It's not cool. And you try to get a cool narrator, and I forget who we had, but knowing Kevin, like I know now, that is not the way to his heart. I mean, he was just kind of like, I don't need to see this stuff. I mean, literally, I think it wasn't even, I think one of us recognized, or he kind of said, bro, turn that off, which is fine, right? Because you have to show up with something. You can't be like, what's the presentation? We don't have one. That's a little arrogant. So it's fine if he shuts it down. The most important thing was he walked away alone with Steph, Andre, Clay, and Draymond. And whatever they talked about, and I have no idea what they talked about, was that's why he came, in my opinion. So he also felt, I'm sure, that Joe would spend money, that Steve was a good coach, that
Right.
I wasn't an idiot. And so I learned more when he said yes. I got on a plane the next day and flew by myself to the Hamptons and spent 2 days, just me with Kevin and Rich. And in that time, he'd already said yes, so there was no pressure.
Right.
But I wanted to make him feel comfortable. So, again, you guys, I can go have a beer with you guys and tell you the whole part of it, but I'm sure you have more questions. But I don't say that as if that's the end-all, be-all to recruiting a free agent. I only say that's what happened with him and my experience with it. But if you have questions about others, go ahead.
Yeah, no, let me reset. We're talking to Bob Myers, president of basketball operations of the Golden State Warriors. He's given us some great insight on the process of a free agent going to a place or not going to a place. And what he's just disclosed is the only way the reason they got the Durant deal done was because Bob wasn't there.
Right.
That's what I heard.
And
I was there, but it could have been you or Goo. Maybe not Goo. Goo might have piped up and said something that wouldn't have been helpful.
Bob, you know me too well. Hey, Bob, I love the fact that you said, you know what, nobody wants to hear from a GM. Like, it wasn't just all about you, but we were having an interesting conversation before you came on, and it was about the team and why they try to go get the big fish. And again, people say, oh, Guru, you're a GM. The team would be broke. You're overspending. But to me, the goal, Bob, and help me out, is you want to put the product on the field, but just like in any good business or venue, you want people to come. And if a team does it for that reason, Bob, to get fans to come to the stadium, that's not a bad thing, right?
No, I mean, look, I don't want to speak for what a team should or shouldn't do if I don't know their business. But it does seem like the Giants wanted him, which is great. I think that's great. I think they would admit that. Sure, we wanted him.
Right.
The fans wanted him. I don't think the story is did they want him or not. I think they absolutely did. How it went down, I'll never know. I mean, maybe I'll know at some point. I will say that when you're in the position of trying to get a player, the truth is, if you sit in a GM job, whether it's me or any GM, all people care about, right or wrong, doesn't matter, is if you get a guy or not. And if you don't, they're pissed. And if you do, they're happy. Mm. And when we were going after Iguodala, I remember thinking to myself, this sucks because we're not going to get him, and nobody's going to care or know how close we are or were, or how well we tried, or how focused we were. Because what am I going to do? Get up there and go, you know what? We were really close. And you two are going to go, who the F cares? So what? Or what does that even mean? Or of course Myers is going to say they were close. So the harshness of professional sports is why nobody remembers who the Super Bowl loser was. And that's why when it's more than ever now, I think in sports, to the winner goes the spoils. And if you work whether you're a player, a coach, a GM, it's almost like when we went to the finals and lost. And LeBron even said this one year. He goes, sometimes you wish it's not even worth it. You're going to go this far and lose. And I think he got criticized for saying that. When you get to that level and you don't get it, the truth is, and I don't know how you guys feel, people don't care. They don't care. They only care if you win. I don't know if that's America or society. That's it. We celebrate winning. And whether it's free agents, the humanity part of it is that whatever team, and we haven't gotten every player. We tried on players and didn't get guys. I don't know that we have it all figured out. I have no idea. We got Durant. We got another guy. Okay, fine. Was that because of me? I don't think. No, it wasn't because of me. It's probably because of Steph Curry. Right. That's the truth, if you want to be honest. But you learn as you go, and I have empathy because I've sat there and have known how delicate this stuff is, and that all you can do is your best. But to expect, if you're representing the public or a fan, it cuts both ways, man. Like when you win, you get all the adulation and probably get more than you deserve. But when something doesn't go your way, you get all the criticism, probably more criticism. But that's the life you choose.
Yeah.
That's why you got to live with that stuff, and it's not easy, but that's how it goes.
Bob Myers joining us on 95.7 The Game, president of basketball operations for the Warriors. All right, you've been an agent too. I almost forgot that you've been a GM so long and a president. Tell me why this is just completely naive as a business or a negotiation, but I'm seeing a lot of it. All right, so let's say you really want a player. Doesn't even, I'll say Smith in baseball. Like, why wouldn't a team go to Smith and say, look, we know you're probably going to get 325 or 350, something like that. But you know what? We need you so bad. Here's $400 million over 8 years. It's right there for you, right there. We don't even think it's going to get that high, but that's how much we want you. Or you say to them, please give us the last offer. We'll beat any last offer. How does that come down?
The last offer thing, in my opinion, doesn't work because it's kind of like, I don't have to do that for you. Now, if a player shows up in a meeting wanting to go to you, sure. But if they don't, if it's kind of a tie or they've got another, they go, why would I don't need you. I don't need your last offer. Tell me what you're going to do. I don't owe you first right of refusal. But if I really want to go somewhere, then I'll do that for you. If I had a player and I was representing him and I go, where do you want to go? And he goes, I want to go here. I go, all right, well, let's just give them the last shot. But if I go, where do you want to go? And he goes, I kind of like this other place. I'm not even calling that because that's bad business to say, give me your best offer. But he doesn't even really want to go there. So there's all these nuances to it. But as far as how do you negotiate? So here's what you guys do. So you are in a business where you have to have an immediate opinion of what a GM, coach, player should or shouldn't do or whether they're good or not. But you don't have to live with whether a deal's bad or good. It's not your job. So if you are pounding the table, whether it's Myers should have paid this guy X, in a year from now, are you going to say, does it really matter if you guys go, shoot, I was wrong. I thought they should have done it, but that would have been a bad deal. You don't have to live with a multi-year deal. And I don't know. When GMs do deals, we don't know if they're going to hit great or not. When we did Curry for $11 million a year, 50% of people said, what are you doing? His ankle's hurt. Why didn't you wait till he gets through the year? And then later, it's a great deal. That might have been a bad deal. So as far as what a team should or shouldn't offer, GMs have never been smarter, especially baseball. And I think Farhan's really, really smart, smarter than I am by far. So whatever they did or didn't do, there's reasons behind it. They're not just fly by night. I only speak for myself. When you're in that situation, you don't sleep. This is like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, 2 a.m. I didn't sleep at all. And so for fans that are saying you should have done this or that, it's all you think about. All you think about when you're in chases like this, it is all you think of every single thing. And then you think of what's the right way to offer it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what should have happened. But, Goo, to your question, or Matt, if it's should have done this or that, at what point is a deal good or bad? I'm not here to say what that is. And if you, in a contract like baseball and basketball where it's fully guaranteed, especially in basketball and maybe baseball, you can pay off guys. In baseball, if I want to trade a guy, I can pay part of his salary. I can't do that in the NBA. And so if you do a contract, whether you're celebrated the day it's done, and then a year later or 2 years, people go, that contract is not good. I'm stuck with that. So, and I'm not here to say what is or isn't, because I don't know in this situation, but that's how you kind of make the decision. And if you guys are my assistant GMs, one of you is saying, we got to do this. And one of you is going, it's probably Guru saying we got to do this. Simon is going, nah, I don't know if I do that. And then when I had Travis Schlink, Travis was that guy. That's why Matt and Travis are friends. Travis was always, I don't know about that. I wouldn't pay him that. And Guru is the one going, we got to do this. We have to pay it. And I go, so that's what happens, guys. And it's like, perfection doesn't exist. And so I can't sit here and go, I don't have all the, you got to have some luck.
I feel
that's it. That's how it goes.
Now, Bob, you're dropping nuggets. I feel like I'm in a Bob Myers seminar and I'm in for free. But you talked about 3 a.m. Let me ask you this about plan B. How much attention does, like, you know what, we want to go get said player, we don't get them, but how much attention goes into, if we don't get that player, how fast we react and how much we butter up and get plan B or C ready? How much attention does that keep you up to 3 or 4 in the morning?
All of it. I mean, like I said, I believe that this group is very, very bright. That's my belief. You can believe whatever you want. I believe they know what they're doing. Now, there's no doubt. There's plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H. That's all on the table, and you're thinking about all of it. And when plan A goes away, you spend no time thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm going to go be upset about this. You're immediately on the beat. Like, you're already there, and C and D and E and F, G, and you're pivoting, but you plan for all that stuff. But you are at the mercy of timing, and that's where when I would talk to an agent, I'd say, listen, here's the deal. Yes is the best answer, and no is the second best answer. Maybes don't help me. Do not give me a maybe. And I would, if you're the agent, Guru or Matt, I'm saying, listen. If it's a no, just tell me now. I just want to know, because you're holding up this or that. That's what I would try and do. And look, I'm not putting any of that on what happened here at all. I have no idea. Right. And I want to keep reiterating that. I don't put any blame on those guys at all. It's so hard to do these things. It is so hard. And our market has been so fortunate with the Giants winning, with us winning. We're a pretty entitled market, and that's fine. I love it. I grew up in the Bay Area. I love the winning. But getting players, premier players, is extremely difficult. So I don't put any blame there. But as far as where do you move to? You're immediately on to the next this, and that. You can't spend time on we should have this or that or this happened. And I'm sure 5 years from now, somebody will tell you exactly what happened. But you move right away to the next thing, and you're already there. They're already there.
Bob Myers joining us on 95.7 The Game, president and general manager of the Golden State Warriors. We've spent this discussion, and I'm fascinated by it, Bob. And I think, let me tell you something. The fans are smart enough to know you're just taking us through the process and giving us because there's so much about timing and about where are you logistically? Is everybody in a room? They have the winter meeting, so everybody's down there. In basketball, people bop around. So let me throw this one at you, and I don't even know if you're this familiar with it, but a prominent baseball writer tweeted out, Aaron Judge appears to be going to the Giants, and of course he retracted it. But is there any part of the media game that actually plays into the discussion or the negotiation, or just another dynamic you got to consider?
So when we were flying back after we met with Durant from the Hamptons, a media report came out while we were on the plane on our Wi-Fi, and it said, and I won't say the team, but it wasn't us. X team had an awesome meeting with Durant. Right? They killed it. They had a great meeting. So we're sitting there, and I'm sitting across from Joe, and the players were all, you guys see this? Yeah. What do you think of that? I said, I don't know. Maybe that's true. And then certain people look around and go, did we do something wrong? And I go, no. We showed him who we were. It's kind of like, if you don't, all you can do in these situations is, this is us. This is the money, and this is who we are. This is our team. This is our market. And if you don't like it, I can't make you like it. So the media then, we're flying back, and we're looking at each other going, should we have? And I am like, our presentation didn't even finish. So I was like, maybe we did screw up the presentation. And then one of the players was like, he doesn't care about the presentation. And they were right, of course. And you hear that and you go, yeah, why would he do this? He just wants to, we're wanting to talk to our players. So the media, when you're hanging on for an answer, you're looking at all those crumbs and nuggets and evaluating them, but you can't do anything with them.
Right.
You can't spend, all you can do is, which I'm sure any team does when they're pursuing anybody, is let's not focus on that. Let's assume this isn't happening. What are we doing? Because if it does happen, we know what we're doing. But this isn't happening for Durant. If this isn't happening, we're doing this. But it is I know people. This is why I love fans, like the Bay Area fans especially. I love the passion. I mean, it's not an apathetic market. I've been said I'm good. I've been said I'm not good in my role, and that's okay. But people care, and I think that like you said, when you're in this position, that's what they sign up. You sign up for scrutiny. It's just whether it's a coach, a GM, players. That's your guy's job to praise and criticize. And then if you're in it, I can't sit there and defend. If we didn't get Durant, you're not going to put me on the radio and go, "What happened? What am I going to say to you guys? You didn't choose us. What did you do wrong?" I don't know, man. Like, we went out there. Why do you pick this team? And no matter what I say, do you guys really care? I mean, are you guys going to believe me?
Not really.
I don't know.
0-1.
Yeah. Bob, man, to piggyback off of that, like when you get a player or you don't, mainly, if you don't get a player, do you always go to bed knowing that you got 100% answer and honesty as to why?
No, you never get that. I don't think you ever get that. I don't think you ever get it. When I was an agent, I recruit players. I didn't get a lot of guys. And they do this. They call, just like when you guys broke up with a girlfriend or didn't pick a real estate agent, I go, no, it's not you. It's not you. You didn't do anything wrong. And I would honestly say, like, seriously, I know you're not changing your mind, but is there? No, you were great. You were great. Why'd you pick? No, it felt more comfortable with this. Was it because of? No. I wouldn't. Your presentation was fantastic. What else? But you didn't choose me. I know, but it's just you just felt a little bit, and it's just we had a relationship here. Or I don't even know. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You don't get the truth.
Right.
There's no truth to it, and the truth could be as easy as it was always going to be what it was.
Right.
And that's what it is. Like, hey, bro, I was always doing this. Oh, okay. So, the truth, you don't even know what that is.
Wow.
Hey, man.
Great stuff, man.
Oh, God, this is really good stuff, Bob. Appreciate you giving us a little insight into your world. And it prevented me from asking you about nobody playing tonight.
You can do that.
Nobody playing tonight in Utah.
I will finish with this. I will, and I do. I have great empathy. I do think they're a really well-run organization. I don't doubt they do exactly what they're doing. I still believe they'll figure it out. That is my belief, because there's hardworking and smart people. So nothing I say is to critique them. I hope none of it came out that way, because it's not about that at all.
No.
Well, you did great.
Definitely,
job.
man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right,
guys.
It's Bob